What's going on, guys? It's DJ Kuhl, and today we're going to be making a beat like Sheff G. So for those of you who have listened to Sheff G before, you know he has lots of different sounding styles. So I'm going to be specifically focusing on making a track like Moody. Something about Sheff G's beats, a majority of them are produced by Great John. He's a very talented producer. I really love what he does. And something that's signature about his style is he likes to be very simplistic and kind of go against the grain of drill, which is going crazy with the hi-hats, crazy with the 808s. He keeps it simple. He lets Sheff G, show off his skill as an artist instead of kind of like hogging the limelight. And, that's something I really respect him for. So before we get into making the actual beat, I'm going to break down, all the sounds that I chose. First, we got this kick. Then we got this chop hi-hat. We got a normal chop snare. A chop snare is used in basically every Sheff G song. You'll be hard pressed to find, songs that don't have chop snares in them by Sheff G. Then, in Omnisphere, I came in and I got the classic nylon guitar. And, because Moody's kind of guitar based. And then I got a drill 808 where I came in and put this envelope with all the knobs down except hold. Alright, so now that we know what sounds we're working with, we can really jump in and start to work on the melody. When it comes to making Sheff G beats, especially something like Moody, I like to, give the chords, a really kind of dope, kind of dark sound. And the best way I like to do this is I pick a minor chord. So, let's choose F minor, right? And that's this. And then what I do is I move to the 5 of that chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And that would be C. And I play a C chord, but it's major instead of minor. So it goes from F minor, C major. That's one of my favorite chord progressions to use. And I'm going to be using it for this track here. So let's start penciling in a melody. So first things first, I'm going to put in some bass notes. F to C. And let's start playing in, kind of arpeggiated chords like Moody is. And if you haven't listened to Moody for some reason by this time now, make sure you do that so you have an idea of what we're working with. So I'm going to make the upper notes a little higher in terms of velocity. And let's just do some eighth notes. Alright, so I got something I'm starting to like here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of duplicate it. Let's we can make a little change at the end, but as I said, very simplistic kind of style. You don't want to go super crazy, on your melodies or anything like that, because it's just, you gotta save room for Sheff G to do what he does, and that's, he just snaps on everything. So, let's just move this note down. And we'll move this one up, just so it doesn't get, boring on the listener. So I'm gonna play the whole thing now. Alright, so, that sounded pretty good. I'm gonna come up here and randomize the velocity, not make it go too high up. Just make it sound a little, like, varied. And then what I'm gonna come in and do is go over to the mixer. I'm going to find where I put the melody, which is track 5, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I'll open a parametric EQ. I'm going to come up to the presets, and I'm going to do the 20 hertz, 18 kilohertz cut. And I'm going to bring it up and cut out those bass frequencies because I do not want this melody clashing with the 808. And, you know, let's see something like this. Alright, you know, that's sounding like we got some room to work with it there. We'll come back and mix this whole beat, you know, when we're finished with all the drums and whatnot. When I start drums on a drill beat, I love to start with the snare because it kind of, you know, fills the pocket, what you got to do. And what Great John will do sometimes, and what he does in Moody, is he doesn't have a snare in the second measure here. Like normally you'll have your snare here, he just doesn't have it in there. And, you know, I think it's really dope because it gives it a lot of bounce. So that's what I'm going to do in this beat here. But I'm going to bring it back for the second time here. So it's very minimalistic, as I said. Next, we'll do the kick. And I'm going to put it here. I'm going to leave this spot blank. And then I can have it hit right before the snare over here. I mean, we can have the kick hit with no snare, which sounds cool. You know, matter of fact, I think we'll do that. We'll have the kick hit with no snare, just so there's something there and it doesn't feel as empty. So let's see how that sounds so far. Yeah, that's definitely starting to fill up and feel like a Sheff kind of vibe. Okay, so next we're gonna jump into the hi-hats. So I'm gonna just start with your standard duh kind of pattern. And I'm going to put that over here as well. But what I want to do next is add in some very kind of quiet hat rolls around these two measures here. And I want to make them quiet, I want to make them discreet, but I want to make them, you know, there so it kind of catches your ear a little bit so it kind of fills the gap. I'm going to put one right here. You know, this isn't really done in Moody. But, you know, I just want to add my own flair into it instead of, you know, ripping off Moody. So, let's go over here. I'm going to play it with the beat and put them in, you know, while the beat's playing. Yeah, so that's sounding pretty good. Got something I like there. It doesn't take away from the track, but it definitely adds some bounce. The final thing I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to put in the 808. And I'm actually going to come into the same pattern as the kick. And I want to line up the 808 when the kick is hitting. And something that Great John does is I don't hear him use a lot of slides. Like if he does, you know, they're very quick because it sounds like he pitches up the 808 notes instead of sliding them up like is common in a lot of drill. I'm going to do that. I'll start on the F, and I'm just gonna kind of line it up with the kick and, you know, add in some higher notes and whatnot. Alright, that's sounding pretty good. I'm gonna copy this or cut this kit, the 808, and I'm gonna move it down to a separate track. There we go, so we can bring it in and out. And I want to mix the beat here before I lay it out. You know, just do kind of a simple mix. And let's get started on that. Alright, so what I did to the mix is I turned down the 808, I added isotope vinyl on the melody, and I added, you know, somewhat of a low pass here because I wanted it to sound a little older. I wanted it to have less of those high frequencies because I wanted it to be kind of more in the background. And I added a stock reverb, and on the master I put a soft clipper. Accidentally misclicked and put a multi-band compressor first, but you know, it's all good. Turned up the chop snare a little bit, and yeah, that's basically mixed. Alright, so now that we got the mix done, I'm gonna kind of arrange the Alright, so I think OBS crashed, FL Studio crashed like shortly after. So I really don't know what happened, and then my computer needed some updates, so I'm really sorry about that. So I was arranging it like while it wasn't recording, while OBS was crashed, so I'm gonna explain what I did. So in a lot of Sheff G kind of songs, like not in Moody, but it'll start just with the kick, snare, and melody, or the first, you know, couple measures, right? So that's what I did, and then this is kind of like a chorus section over here. I bring in the hi-hat, I bring in the 808, so you know you got your maximum energy. And as I said, very simplistic. I just repeat this verse structure again, come back to the chorus kind of structure, and then just the melody to finish off the track. Alright, so that's what you guys missed when my OBS and then FL Studio crashed. Now I'm gonna play part of the fully arranged beat. Yeah, so that's it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. But before I go, I was just checking my YouTube statistics, right? And only 6% of the people watching my videos are subscribed. So go down right now, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I upload every Thursday and every Sunday, so make sure you have the bell on to be notified as soon as I upload. If you guys enjoyed the video, remember to hit like, you know, drop a comment, let me know what you thought, or if you guys got any more suggestions on what you want to see next. I also have a free loop kit that's out now. You can find that in the description. It's 10 free drill loops, and you can use that, you know, cook up and get inspired. And I hope you guys learned something today, and I'll see you guys later.